Somebody might have a new money opportunity or a business idea or a promotion, and the time is coming up for you to figure out what it is you're going to do. Maybe you're interviewing right now, but regardless of the fact, the change is going to happen. Um, it's actually going to be exciting. And I think that whatever option you think that won't be as exciting is going to, or worth it, or let's just say the option that you have that you're looking at that isn't your ideal choice, that's looking like the better option, honestly. Maybe the pay isn't as good, maybe the benefits, but you are going to grow there and it won't be as taxing on you. Like, you'll have a good work life balance, basically. Yeah. It's either the person that interviewed you or it's either the hiring manager or someone that's you're going to have to report to in the job or potentially just work with. They might seem like they're a lot, but as you get to know them, you're going to realize that they're really good to work with, and you guys can bounce ideas off each other, and you can actually lean on them a little bit more than you expected. When you start the position, even though, and I think that's what this is tying into, even though it may seem like there's not much going on, it's going to pick up very quickly. Like, for the first 3 to 7 months, you're gonna feel like you made the wrong decision, but your hard work is gonna get acknowledged. You're gonna feel like you're not getting recognized for the things that you're doing, and you're gonna think that you should have stayed where you were at, or maybe you're switching industries. That could be it too. But you're gonna make money. You're gonna make a lot of money. It's just that it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. And you're gonna be there for some time. You're gonna be there longer than you think. So even if you're just looking for something temporary, you're gonna be there for longer than you think. I'm telling you, at first when you get on the site, or maybe when you started, you were just like, I'm not really gonna be dealing with nobody. I'm not gonna really be talking to people much. If people talk to me, I'm gonna just, keep it short. I'm not really here to make friends. I'm just trying to get in and get out until I find something better. Maybe the option that you really wanted didn't happen, right? Or maybe you got fired. But yeah, this is going to bring in what you really need and what you're really looking for. Like, yeah, we get it. You're looking for something that you can do right now. You're looking for ways to make money. But you're trying to also get to the point where in your life, you could get to your personal life. Again, hence having that work-life balance, or the independent lifestyle, or a day-to-day where you can do what it is that you possibly want to do. But don't let what's happening up front or what you may see on the surface deter you from, not really looking into it or giving it the chance as much as you would something else. And you're curious about it, but you're still in your head for whatever reason. And it's looking like because it might really be because it doesn't pay as much, either as where you're at now or what. Yeah, in your mind, you're saying, why would you feel the need to walk away when you kind of already know where you're at and what you deal with? But the job that you're at now or you're considering leaving, they're not giving you a raise or giving you more money or giving you more hours. And it's not really a performance thing. It's just because I guess they're fully staffed and they can't. or you just probably work like a 9 to 5, or your salary maybe. Yeah, so you're sometimes up late at night trying to figure out how you're going to be able to do what it is that you want to do. You want something where you can make the money, you could have the status, you could be recognized for what it is that you do. And again, so that way you could be able to have work-life balance. Again, maybe you're an entrepreneur. Don't do nothing, no quick nothing. Please don't. Just pace yourself. Like, like again, we spoke about it being a new year, new beginnings. Just pace yourself. It's coming. But don't do anything that you feel like is going to be a quick way to make money, because you're not going to get the offer or the outcome that you're looking for. You're going to have to basically still continue to look for something once that's over to supplement that. And you're already stressed out as it is, so it don't make sense to have to put yourself in that loop all over again. You're really fighting the urge. And I think that when you just decide to kind of give up on it, you end up prolonging the process. Like, this is really what you think about, like, all the time. I mean, the good thing is that you're not emotional about it. You know what I mean? It's not affecting your mental health or, well, the environment you're in. It's just not the lifestyle that you want. You want results to come in quicker. You feel like you've done what you can do in the position, the role, or the opportunity that you have now. Your heart's not really in it anymore as much. Maybe staff has changed. Yeah. It's not challenging enough for you. You don't want to be there. You're considering working, I guess, both roles to see if you actually want to leave. And my thing is, if you know you don't want to be there, why don't you just leave? I mean, you want to. You don't want to hold on to it. You don't have a love for it anymore. The passion is gone. And this may not even be something necessarily that's relative to a job. It could be maybe a passion. It could be maybe where you're located. Maybe you're not really feeling where it is that you live right now. And so, because you know the neighborhood, you know what it is, you're like, that will require you to change your entire lifestyle. But maybe you want more, you want to see more, you want to do more. You're bored of your current environment. And so with that being said, you want something that's going to move you emotionally. I mean, you think about this a lot. You feel like you would do better elsewhere, or you feel like you would get recognized, or you want to be able to do something again where it comes back to that recognition. And you're not looking to be recognized so that way you could just flex. That's not what this is about. You want to actually be able to help people. You want to put yourself in a better situation financially so that way you can, and again, work-life balance, right? Because you understand in order. You're the type of person that knows that if your mental isn't right, if you just don't have everything you need, so you're a very organized person. So you make sure you have balance in everything that you do. You could probably be a Libra or a Virgo, where for you it's like, look, I know Capricorn too. Capricorn just popped up, but I'm getting that you feel like you can do anything. The pressure can be applied because that's just life. That's how you perceive things. That's your approach to things. So you understand that it could get real gritty, but you know what's required. You know, like when you got to go out for battle, you know you need weapons, you need sustenance, you need first aid, you need this. You know what's required to be able to get through certain scenarios and situations. So you always try to make sure you keep yourself afloat, right? So maybe you keep your finances well in line, right? Balanced. You know that you have to have your savings, emergency, this, that. Maybe you also have a certain system, right? Maybe you have spreadsheets to go through what it is that you have to do for the month. You're just someone that realizes that life's going to happen. So the best way to keep life as easy as you possibly can, which is not about it being easy, right? And you realistically say you want to keep it as easy as possible because when some shit hit the fan, you know that you can focus on fixing that problem versus having to get through the day, figure out how you're going to do this, how you're going to pay this bill, how you're going to go and get the kid and pick the kid up from school to go ahead and go meet your sister so you can help her with her situation. It's not that. You have all systems in place. So that way when something goes off, you can actively deal with that situation and get it done as quickly as possible. You actually have a love for that. That might be something that you do. Maybe there's a career that you want to do where you can help people get themselves together, maybe finance, credit, resolution. And you understand that you have spiritual aspects to you and you want to be able to kind of tie that into your everyday, right? So you don't want it to just be something. I feel like this is somebody that's curious. I feel like this is somebody that grew up like a certain way. I'm not really getting into all of that, but the point is that someone grew up a certain way to the point that your demeanor is very like military. Maybe that's what you grew up as. Maybe you grew up in a military household as a military upbringing. And with that being said, you're very like, by the book and very organized and strategic and analytical. And you also have this other aspect to you where it's wild and free and loud, but that's internally. And so you've been learning and growing, and now that you're at a certain place and you're looking at the road behind you, you're looking at the street you're on, and then you're looking at the road before you, you're just realizing that there's such a huge contrast between those two aspects of yourself, right? For you, you feel like if you delve into that other side of yourself that you will, I don't know, I guess get lost in it. And because you have that sense of like that control, I don't mean you are controlling, but you do like to have an idea of everything that's going on, and how it's running. Again, all systems are a go. So with you being in that position to think like that, and then being raised in a certain environment with that persona, you coming into this part of your life or this chapter of your life where now you want to investigate that inner vibration, let's say that's always been there, right? But because again, going back to, if you guys listen to the first spring equinox video where I mentioned that I grew up in a spiritual home, and by the time I first got my first deck, it was like I knew what it was already. I cracked the box open. It was just like flipping cards without even reading the directions, because I was waiting for my turn. If you grew up in a military household where that wasn't a thing and everything was pretty much cookie cutter, that curiosity probably never was able to manifest itself, right? Because as we develop, that's why when we look at children, we say that the world basically like diminishes their sense of imagination. And that's why as adults, I think when we come across something that's innovative, or we see some beautiful piece of artwork or anything that's creative, we're in awe of it. And yes, it's because it's emotion, but it's also because that person never detached from that inner vibration, that inner curiosity, that wild, free, childlike spirit, that fire, that fearlessness. Kids are fearless. Adults are cowards. And I mean, it is what it is. We have so many rules and things and regulations we have to consider every damn day. And so when you are someone who doesn't operate like that, society makes you feel like you're an outcast. And in a sense you are, but not in with the I don't want to say definition because that's not what I'm looking for, but not based off of the terms that they're trying to make you as. And it's something I say to my friends all the time. I'm like, when you hear a word, right? Because certain words tend to get used more than others, especially when emotional conversations are being had. So sometimes as people, when we hear a word, because we have attached a certain emotional reaction to it, we also attached an emotional meaning to it. And so when we hear it, we take it the wrong way. And realistically, it's just a word. There's a difference between a word and then there's a difference between a curse word. You know what I mean? So people take offense to things without understanding what it is that's being said. In this situation, you realize that you're getting older and you would like to engage and be more curious about that childlike wildlife aspect of yourself. I mean, that you never got to experience. And with children being who they are, they can tell you, I don't like you. They could tell you your breath stinks. They could tell you, like, my mom's boyfriend has a funny face. I don't know. Whatever it is they feel like they need to say, they're gonna say it. If they want to climb a tree, they're going to climb a tree. It's not until they climb the tree and they fall and they hurt themselves, they understand, like, wow, this is what it is. And sometimes, believe it or not, they'll still go ahead, get the cut, deal with it, and still continuously attempt to climb the tree. As we get older, we just be like, yeah, nah, we're not dealing with that. You keep going back and forth about if this is something you want to do, but this is something that might really just open you up to another part of yourself that you just never tapped into. And I feel like if you don't do it, you're going to start to get angry. You might be a little irritable with people around you. And this is also going to help you release your emotions. Because again, growing up as you didn't grow up in an emotional household. It was like, okay, we're going to talk about what happened, but it's not to that capacity. Let's just say it depended on what it was, and how things played out. So there's one person who, for you grew up in a very by the book household and you're looking to explore things that you never got a real chance to spiritually and emotionally. I mean, I am getting a bit sexually too, so just, be careful. Others of you, other person I should say, is someone who you don't know if you should change your job. I mean, well, you have the opportunity to. It looks like you have no choice, like you have to change your job, but you are between a few options, and one of those options, you're not sure if it's what you want to do because it's not as appealing as what you're doing now and the other options you have, but it's gonna surprisingly be the best option for you, and there's long-term growth. It's not going to come in early. It's not going to come in straight. They're not going to pat you on the back for everything. It may not seem like they want to be as social. It might be a startup. Because I see people constantly having to figure out ways to fix things. Yeah, but oh my gosh. it is a great fit for you. And you can come in and take the skills that you've had all of those times that you sat there in the job that you're in now. Oh, honey, what are you talking about? Let's go. Take it. Please do. I mean, didn't I say I'm going to start this channel telling y'all what y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all what y'all need to do, but you should take it because this is definitely going to be a job, a role, opportunity, a business, a living place, whatever. At this point, I feel like we're getting closer to the end of this reading because everybody is kind of merging together where whatever this is for anybody listening, you should absolutely do it. This is going to be the perfect fit for you, the perfect match for you. All of those times that you said you wanted to be recognized, now this is specifically for the person that is looking for a new job or business opportunity. And you said you wanted to be able to put your input and you wanted to be closer to leadership because you have ideas. This is your time. Yeah, it's not as pretty and sparkly and shiny. You want to know why? Because you're not there yet. Hello. Like, let's go. For the person that was, and you didn't have to be military for this, but for the person that grew up in a household where everything was super by the book and you're looking to explore wild aspects of yourself, yes, get into it. Please do. I mean, regardless of the fact, you are not your father. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why specifically that came out, but you are not your father. And you don't have to be. You don't. You are you. And this is super relative because it's so funny. I just got off the phone having a conversation with my mother, and we were talking about how people don't let their children make the decisions that's required for them as parents, even well until being adults. It's like as adult children, you feel like you have to keep pleasing everyone. And so realistically, somebody is going to feel away. And it's your life, so I'm not trying to be funny, but if we have to choose between everyone that's involved and who's going to feel away or not, it should not be you. It's going to have to be whoever else is outside of you. I'm sorry, because why would I do that? I mean, as a human, self-preservation is freaking key, and the best way to self-preserve yourself is by being at peace. And in order to do that, that's going to require you to set yourself up to do that, so that way you can have the feeling of peace, you can have the feeling of being at home, you can feel strong, you can be mentally strong. You don't have to hide who you are or be in your head about things. You don't have to feel like you have to judge every little thing you decide to do. You can be who you want to be. And trust me, you're going to be good. You don't have to follow the typical, and maybe this is somebody that's also younger. Like, if you're a younger person listening to this, I mean, you're going to experience life, and life is going to play out how it needs to play out. Life definitely gives you the lessons that you need to learn based on the actions that you take. And you will be continuously learning the lesson over and over, or you will continuously be living in that tight lifestyle. Follow as much as you can. Put yourself where you belong as you hear what I'm saying. And you're going to continue to live it yourself, the same loophole, the same cycles that you've been living already, and you're never going to know what that feels like. You're never going to know what it feels like if you continuously don't allow yourself to walk away from what you already know. Again, Happy New Year, spring equinox, it's new beginnings. And you shouldn't have to wait for someone to either push you beyond your brink to say fuck it, or you should not feel like if you do, the people are going to go away. The people that are meant for you are going to come towards you straight up. Whatever opportunities are meant for you are going to come to you straight up. Use your intuition, feel the shit out. Use your emotions, use your mind. Stop also living in your mind so much and have patience. It's all going to work out.